You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
"76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone."
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Welcome back to Cape Chronicle. I'm Mike Renick. The St. James African Methodist Episcopal Church recently celebrated 160 years of service in Cape Girardeau. With us today, Reverend Geneva Allen-Patterson and Minister Ramona Bailey. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
before we start, congratulations are in order for you. I know that recently ordained. Congratulations, Reverend Patterson.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew with my ordination that God indeed has a sense of humor. So I thank and praise God. Because starting my journey, I came to St. James in 1994 from Bethel, Marysville, California. My late husband, Reverend David Allen, was transferred there, and I became the first lady there. And so we were there until 2005 when we were transferred to St. Louis. In 2007, my husband transitioned. And so being a widow, I had to think, where would I choose to live? And I decided Cape Girardeau is such a beautiful community. I returned to Cape Girardeau and also to St. James AME Church, just to be a member in the church.
Well, that is fantastic.
Under Reverend Renita Green, the Lord called me to preach, and the rest is history. In January this past year, I was assigned as the pastor of St. James AME Church and recently ordained. So my title changed from minister, and now I'm Reverend or Pastor G.
Fantastic.
So to God be the glory.
We're so happy to have you both here. I know
Thank
that
you.
St. James AME does so much for the community.
Amen.
And talk about the People's Shelter. I know there's so much good that's being done with the People's Shelter.
Yes.
Well, yeah, so that started back in 2017. An ice storm was coming into town, and there were a population of people who weren't sheltered, and we were able to open the doors of the church at that time. But since then, 2020, of course, that was the fateful year of COVID, where everything kind of stopped, and as far as the AME branches, we had to close our churches. But we were able to partner with local hotels to put people in a hotel during inclement weather, like when it gets temperatures drop to 32 degrees or below. That's one of the things that we do, and also our community lunchbox serves probably 500 lunch bags a month or more, probably more, I'm averaging. But community volunteers, they donate items, which I can tell you about how to do that later. And people come together, we put those bags together, and there's a community lunchbox outside the church that people can come by and grab a lunch any
And
day of the week.
about 500 per month.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
That's outstanding work. And I believe, is there shower service still?
Oh yeah, and
part
the
of that as
showers
well?
on Wednesdays and supplies. You can come by, get a shower if you need change of clothes or any type of toiletry items, toilet paper,
Food and good fellowship.
fellowship, fun. We have a good time. We really
Yes.
do.
Well, there's obviously a wonderful history with St. James AME. Can you talk briefly about the history of the church?
Yeah, we are going into 161st year, organized in 1863. St. James has been there, still standing. 1875, we moved to the current location, 516 North Street, and continue to serve the spiritual, social, and economic needs of the community.
Wow.
So in 2014, it was placed on the National Historic
that was what
Register.
Yeah, National Historic Register. Yeah.
Right.
Of the Interior of the Department of the United States. Long title, but
Were you
it
both
was
involved in that happening?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
when
yes.
in 2018, I believe that's when we had the unveiling of
Yes.
that, and a marquee was placed out. Bishop came to town, which is a big deal because the bishops don't seem to forget about this area sometimes. So that was a big deal for Bishop to come to the area and celebrate that with the community. Probably 500 plus people at that.
Yes, yes.
Wow, what history. You mentioned this a little bit ago with the People's Shelter. We have about 2 minutes left. If someone wants to support, if they want to be involved, how can they do that? I know you have a website.
Yes,
but
our
what-
help system monitors that website.
I do, but not as much as I should. But sometimes, so if you see it, it's like, hey, that's a little quirky. Just let me know. Reach out. But it is at stjamesamecape.com.
Okay.
You can find ways to give there, ways to volunteer, get involved,
Businesses
donate.
can be involved and
Anybody.
individuals.
Yes.
And our phone number is 573-334-9119. We have an answering service, and we get that information and respond to those calls daily.
So as you start to embark on the 161st year and beyond, what's in store? What's next?
What's next right now? We just came from annual conference, so we're doing our planning. So I tell people what's next is Sunday morning. It's coming Sunday, 516 North Street. We have different ministries. The third Sundays, the men are in charge. They do men's ministry. Fourth Sunday, the youth are. And then if you come this Sunday, it's the missionary. And I think you will enjoy this Sunday because we'll be doing a skit called These Boots Are Made for Walking. So I think it will be great. So we're embarking on that, and then everything else as she gives the website. Our activities will be on our website.
Yeah, I will try to make sure I keep that updated. Of course, I wear lots of hats in St. James, but
Sure.
that is one of the things. In our youth, they stream for us every Sunday live at 11 o'clock. You can see our Facebook page or our YouTube. And so if you can't make it inside the doors to see these boots were made for walking,
All right.
watch it online.
Well, thank you both for being here today, and thank you for all of your work for the community. And thank you for joining us today for Cape Chronicle. The program is a collaboration among the Department of Mass Media at CMO, the City of Cape Girardeau, and River Radio. Our executive producer is En Yun Lee, and I'm Mike Renick. Thank you for watching.